What was the craziest rumor at your school? There was a rumor that our English teacher, Ms. Patel, was secretly a famous novelist. Not just a writer, an actual best-selling, pseudonymous, writing under a secret identity kind of novelist. The rumor came out of nowhere and spread fast. Ms. Patel was already a bit of a mystery. She was soft-spoken, incredibly composed, and had this quiet elegance about her. She wore vintage dresses and cardigans like she'd stepped out of another decade, and she always carried a leather messenger bag. During lunch, instead of sitting in the staff lounge, she'd sit in the courtyard under this massive oak tree and type away furiously on a beat-up laptop. Never on her phone, never gossiping, always writing. That's what started it, I think, the typing. Someone joked she was working on a novel, and the idea stuck. Then Emma, my friend from journalism class, swore she'd seen a thriller novel at Barnes & Noble with Ms. Patel's photo on the back cover. She said the author used a different name, but the photo was 100% her. That one spark lit the fuse. Within days, everyone was whispering. Kids were pulling out paperback thrillers in class, flipping to the back, pointing at grainy author photos. "It looks like her," they'd whisper. "Right? Totally her." Some started bringing books to school, asking her to sign them. She always smiled politely and said, "I'm flattered, but I'm not her." But her answers were just vague enough to keep the rumor alive. The mystery only grew. Students started making lists, comparisons between Ms. Patel's writing prompts and quotes from the books in question. A few of us noticed she had this habit of staring off during certain assignments, like she was remembering something from another life. Even the teachers were curious. I caught one in the break room reading one of the rumored books during a prep period. Eventually, the school newspaper decided to run a piece about the rumor. "Truth Behind the Typewriter," they called it. They asked Ms. Patel for an interview. To everyone's shock, she agreed. We thought she'd finally confess to being a writer, but what she said in that interview made jaws drop. The article hit the hallway bulletin boards and online portal the same day. Every student in school was reading it between classes. Ms. Patel wasn't a novelist, not exactly. She was a former CIA analyst, a real one. She'd worked undercover in 3 countries over a 10-year period, specializing in psychological profiling and language encryption. She'd been part of operations we weren't even allowed to know about. Her career ended after a mission went sideways, details redacted, but after that, she decided to start over. Teaching had always been a quiet dream, so she picked a district at random, got her credentials, and joined our school. All those lunch periods we'd seen her typing under the tree, she wasn't writing lesson plans. She was writing her memoir, under a pseudonym, of course, for security reasons. She said the writing helped her make peace with everything that had happened, and teaching gave her the structure and calm she hadn't had in years. The principal had known when he hired her, but it was confidential. No one else knew until the article came out. After that, things changed quickly. Our school got a new nickname in the district, Spy School. Parents started calling the office asking if the story was real. News outlets contacted the district, but they declined interviews. Students from other schools made TikToks joking about transferring just to be taught by a former spy. Enrollment applications nearly doubled the next year. And Ms. Patel? She didn't seem to mind the attention. She started smiling more, even laughing during class. That spring, she launched an after-school creative writing club. It became the most popular activity on campus with a wait list to join.